Welcome back to the Crypto's Key Conversation. In today's video, we're going to take a look at some updates in the Ripple versus SEC case, starting with James K. Fallon's post. He tends to update us on court documents and what's going on within litigation. We're also going to be taking a look at a bunch of different Johnny Deaton's tweet threads. He actually has some great insight into kind of what's going on from the standpoint of the class action lawsuit and what's going on with the day-to-day documents and litigation within the case. He's going to be responding to digital asset investors, a couple little snippets of this interview with Garlinghouse. He's been responding to that, so we're going to take a look at those. And then we're going to come over here. There's another video from Digital Asset Investor with Garlinghouse that I want to play in reference to kind of what's going on with Gary Gensler and Hester Pierce and kind of what's going on with this, the SEC's involvement in regards of what they're doing with, this regulation by enforcement within the United States, driving innovation outside of the United States. Also, Stefan Huber has a great response to Crypto Mark here that I really wanted to touch base on, have a conversation on. We're going to transition over to Bitcoin Archive, talking about SEC spot Bitcoin ETF rejection. And then we're going to end on these two articles from Cointelegraph saying Gary Gensler appeals for one rule book in negotiations with the CFTC over crypto regulation. And then Celsius Network hires advisors ahead of potential bankruptcy report. So quickly looking at CoinGecko, we're currently at $1 trillion market cap. I mean, we've been having some, I guess you could say, a little relief rally as of late. We're finally not in the 900 billions. Now we're in the trillion again. It's currently up 3.7% for a 24-hour period. If we come down here, Bitcoin is sitting at 21,327. Ethereum sitting at 1,224. If we come down to XRP, sitting at 37 cents. And over the past 7 days, XRP itself is up 18.6% and up 11.2% in a 24-hour period. If I come over here and look at Bitcoin, just kind of looking at let's look at the 7-day. Kind of just see the volatility that's been going on. So we were as low as, what does it say, 1776 according to CoinGecko, or this is a trading view chart as of Saturday, June 18th, 2022, and now we're currently sitting at 21,360. Coming over here to the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, I'll stand by. Let's see what our biggest gainer is real quick. Of the day, 10%, Thorchain, Shiba Inu's up there, Tezos, Aave, Stellar, Ethereum's up 9%. So there's some small gainers there. If we come over here and look at the Bitcoin Fear Green Index, we're still in this 11 range. We're going to have an update here in less than 2 hours. But we've printed, 211s, and clearly we were in as low as 6 that I showed us. Where was it at? Right here on the 19th, June 19th, 2022, we were as low as 6, and that's the lowest I've seen it. But we're still in this extreme fear range. Still a lot of market uncertainty that's going on, and it's just kind of a waiting game to kind of see when things are going to finally, have a reversal and turn around, and we start seeing a little bit more positivity and optimism within the space. Coming over to James K. Fallon's tweet, he says, the notice of filing of official transcripts of the June 7th, 2022 conference was filed. This is not the transcript itself. The parties can request redactions, and it says the transcript will be public in 90 days. I suspect we'll get it sooner. So you can come in here and kind of take a look at kind of what he had posted here. Coming down here, I like reading XRP Crypto Wolf stuff and tag XRP and Tim, people that are in the XRP community and their responses to kind of these updates. He says, everyone who was on the conference call knew immediately how badly the SEC was losing in court, and he has like a silly face. I've been hearing that, I've been hearing the same verbiage and the same dialogue within the community, so it's quite evident. Coming over here, Johnny Deaton, I love, obviously Johnny Deaton's a huge leader in regards of the XRP Army, the XRP community, and it's not just about XRP; it's about the entire industry. And find the good fight and doing what's right. So, I love his insight and how he kind of breaks things down when it comes to the legal side of things and just being like the just a normal day-to-day person, just kind of being a human, if you will, and kind of just speaking on what's right and wrong in his own opinion. And he has great responses to people. He's responding to Digital Asset Investors tweet here where he says, true story, fun fact, according to the Gary Gensler public calendar, he has spoken/met with Jamie Dimon 10 or so times since Johnny Deaton sued the SEC on behalf of XRP holders. Never even acknowledged us once. So let's take a quick listen into this real quick.
In this case, you have almost 70,000 people who hold XRP in the United States who are trying to sue the SEC for harming them.
Right.
So, it's a little confusing why the SEC would spend a lot of time and energy on that when we do actually have some things happening in the market that maybe do deserve more scrutiny.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's ass backwards. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And I'm sure the judges, even their reactions initially, it's just like, okay, why why is this a thing? These so-called investors that you're set out to protect, why are they trying to sue you? Or why is, Johnny Depp in a class action lawsuit, coming after the SEC when you're supposed to be protecting us? But we can't even get a response. Johnny Depp says, think about, the mission is to protect investors. I don't have 6 investors, not 60, not 600, not 6,000, not just 60,000, but 68,100 and counting individual investors have asked to be heard. Gary Gensler has so much contempt for us that he didn't even have a low-level assistant respond. Tag XRP says, there are so many more that haven't even signed up. Should be well over 100,000. And I 100% agree. I know of 10 people myself that are XRP, whether they're XRP or Ripple investors, and that wanted to be involved in this, but they didn't take the steps to actually join in the class action lawsuit. So that's just me in particular. Now, if, the rest of us have even 1 or 2 other people that we know of that haven't done it for whatever reason, clearly we're way over this number. I think we're clear over 100,000 as well. And it would be nice if everyone did kind of step up and play their part and do their part within this class action lawsuit. But that's so true. That's just these are the people that have stepped up and stepped out of their comfort zone or whatever and kind of put their name in the hat type thing. Johnny Dean is responding to Bloomberg Crypto. It says, crypto exchange Binance is under investigation by the U.S. When it's all over, CEO CZ could end up indicted or become the richest man in the world. I don't know why I had trouble with that word. It says, it's so easy to see the plan. Gary Gensler will sue in exchange by the end of the year. It will be his final act to cripple the crypto market. His Wall Street buddies will buy at depressed prices before regulatory clarity. Then those Wall Street insiders will promote crypto. I mean, I don't think it could be said better than that. I mean, for what we've seen and how the actions are taking place, what other explanation do you have? It's crazy. This is crazy that this is actually happening. Johnny Dean's also responding to Bitcoin Archive, says, breaking Goldman Sachs to buy Celsius assets if it becomes bankrupt. Johnny Dean says, Gary Gensler at 30 became the youngest partner in Goldman Sachs history, and they must still be proud of their boy today. Yeah, you think? Digital Asset Investor had put up this other segment within this interview with Garlinghouse that I thought was quite intriguing. He says, he makes a valid point. Gary Gensler and Hester Pierce, my 9-year-old knows not to talk out of 2 sides of his mouth, meaning a lie. Why doesn't the United States SEC? So let's take a listen into this.
When Coinbase went public, which really wasn't that long ago, Coinbase was trading XRP. They enabled consumers and businesses, whatever, to trade XRP. The SEC had to approve their S1 such that Coinbase could go public. The SEC now seems to take the position when they sued us that, hey, XRP is a security and always has been, but they approved Coinbase going public even though Coinbase is not a registered broker-dealer. So there's some contradictions here of the SEC almost not within its own organization knowing left hand, right hand.
Yep, like you said, talking out of both sides of their mouth. Right here, Stefan Huber's responding to a crypto market, and I thought this was quite insightful. It says, the most frustrating thing about Ethereum founders is that they worked with lawyers and government to get a free pass for them only and encouraged them to shut the gate afterwards. Most other founders and CEOs want the whole crypto market to prosper. So just like myself does and a lot of the XRP Army, we just want a level playing field, and we want the best blockchain companies, the best projects with the best utility, with the best team to thrive and be prosperous. And that's kind of how the game works in a sense. So we just want a level playing field. And that's a great tweet there by Crypto Mark. Stefan Huber says 100, the why. It's clear. Ethereum is a project of threatened correspondent banks planning to switch to proof of stake from the start, disguising all major investors, promising inflation, creating deflation, making L1 unusable by high fees while using their permission chains. Absolutely. And the digital asset investor and the rest of the community, those of us that's really been tapped in with kind of keeping up on, as we say, let me go ahead and follow Crypto Mark right here. As we say, the ETHGate scandal, where we talk about, William Hinman and Ethereum free pass, but we're, the overwhelming concept of just they were trying to get away with creating this monopoly whether, obviously Bitcoin's going to have that free pass, but they were trying to create a monopoly with Ethereum, and they've been caught. I mean, that's literally what's happened. I mean, just alone, the Twitter community alone has been, surfacing them in their own words on video footage, for over a year now. Now you have massive YouTubers like, digital asset investors. Now you have Johnny Deaton in the class action lawsuit. You have Jason Foster, Empower Oversight, and other massive influencers in regards to the XRP community and the crypto community alone that are, that have their eyes set and, on the target in regards to that. It's like, you've been caught trying to create this monopoly. So now the overwhelming concept now is, okay, what is the government, whether it's Congress, SEC, CFTC, whatever the case is, what are they going to do about it? How are they going to level this playing field and make things right and fight the good fight like we're trying to fight? Moving on here, Bitcoin Archive says, SEC spot Bitcoin ETF rejection. Quote, seems to me to be some element of corruption going on, says Max Kaiser. I mean, you think... I've been talking about this on the channel since its inception, at the beginning of the year. We've been waiting some time. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with this grayscale stuff. I don't think it's been denied or accepted. I need to double check on that. But yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Who's going to get the first one and when is it going to happen? And is that going to be the catalyst that this market needs to, have a reversal and turn around and get out of this thing? Moving on here is from Cointelegraph. Gensler appeals for one rule book and negotiations with the CFTC over crypto regulations. This is something that should have already been taking place. It's crazy that, we've gone through all this stuff when it comes to the Ripple versus SEC litigation. Obviously, you have Library going versus SEC, and there's been, thousands and thousands of investors that have been affected by Gary Gensler, Jay Clayton, William Hemming, and the like, has been affected by their actions. But it's like now that now they want to try to get on the same page and have this dialogue and these communications. It's almost like they're trying to save face. The whole point is, I don't care. At this point, the damage is already done. Do the right thing. Be fair and just, level the playing field, and give, especially Ripple and XRP the regulatory clarity that it deserves. It says, in the interview with the Financial Times, SEC Chair Gary Gensler said he is working on a memorandum of understanding with the agency digital asset market co-regulator. So, to me, honestly, I'm not going to, hold my breath. I'm curious to see, where things are going to go for sure. We're going to definitely keep tabs on how things progress. But at this point, we have a deadline when it comes to the Ripple versus SC case. We know that if this thing goes the distance, we can expect, some deliberation and litigation within March, I think it was by March 2023. But at any point, there could be some sort of settlement or definitive ruling to the case, from now on between this. So it's just kind of a waiting game. But when it comes to the overall market, man, I just hope that the right people are in these meetings, a part of this dialogue, and a part of making these bills and these regulations, so the space doesn't get stifled when it comes to its innovation and its ability to truly be prosperous and grow. I'm going to end on this one here. It says, Celsius Network hires advisors ahead of potential bankruptcy report. Restructuring, bankruptcy, buyouts, media outlets are swarming with different reports on the next steps for Celsius may take. It says crypto lending platform Celsius Network has reportedly onboarded advisors from a management consulting firm in advance of the company possibly facing bankruptcy. According to the Friday report, Celsius hired an unknown number of restructuring consultants from the firm Alvarez and Marshall to advise the platform of potentially filing for bankruptcy. So we're going to continue to follow kind of what's going on with the Celsius stuff. This is definitely, being, in a sense, is being held over all of our heads within the crypto market because, obviously we've been completely decimated since the whole Terra Luna stuff, and on top of all the other geopolitical things, inflation stuff that's been happening, the negative narrative that's been pushed in our crypto market, we've been, pretty much beat down by that. So this whole Celsius network, and then even the whole Tether USDT being, depegged or not pegged to, 1-to-1 when it comes to the dollar. There's so many looming things that people kind of are waiting for, I guess, a resolution or some sort of answers to kind of what's going to happen. And I'm sure there's a lot of money on the sidelines that, even though we do have this pump right now, there's a lot of money on the sidelines just kind of waiting to see what happens. But, if Celsius goes down, I'm definitely going to expect a lot more downside. And it's not just me speaking like this. A lot of other YouTubers and people within the Twitter community and crypto community talking about it as well. So we're just going to continue to follow this and kind of see what happens. But that's kind of the update that I have as for today. I want to bring this over here, put this up here. Oops. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to the Crypto is Key YouTube channel. I'm gonna keep bringing you great content and kind of talk about some of the major topics within the crypto space, especially when it comes to the Ripple versus SEC stuff. Make sure you follow us at Crypto is Key 1. We're going to continue to grow this as well. This is where we get a lot of our information, retweeting, tweeting, putting up our video, and kind of just giving our insight on kind of what's going on in the market. With all that being said, stay strong out there. Be safe.